Limit, a restriction on the size, or a point beyond which something may not pass. Limits are frequently used in trading and cooking. Limits can be helpful, but also restricts growth. In some ways, limits provide reliability, but in others, a nuisance. Limits help minimize losses. For example, in trading, they provide points which the investment may not drop under. Take Bitcoin for example, 54 Bitcoins is roughly 1 million euros in today's market. With a limit of 50 Bitcoins, the investor can be assured that his/her Bitcoin will never drop below this amount. Limits are also used in cooking, giving instructions on the appropriate measurements to use. Exceeding the limit alters the instructions of the recipe and sometimes creates undesired results, especially when salt or sugar is involved. In other cases, limits can hinder growth. For example, in the gym, if one was to limit the weights, muscles would not grow. Limits on love? The relationship will not grow. Strict limits on food deprives the body of nutrients and energy. Likewise with water, there is no limit to the amount of joy that we receive, or thoughts that we envision. There is no limit to the air that we breathe, no limit to the ocean, no limit to the animals, birds or bees, no limit to the winds. And indeed, certain things should be limitless. Unlimited family activities, unlimited self-care routines, but also patience, love and respect. Patience is important. With patience we handle others, because every star deserves to shine. Patience with communicating, because understanding takes time. Love should be constant. Respect should be for all. Life conditions us to place limits on many aspects of our reality. Frequent experiences with manipulative or dishonest people enforces a strict limit on trust. Drinking too much alcohol can make one nauseous. Therefore, many prefer to limit their intake to prevent drunkenness. Those who have experienced heartbreak tend to resent relationships. The pain that they have experienced makes it difficult to take another chance. They may sometimes start a new relationship, but won't submit fully. Trauma forces them to develop boundaries as a defensive mechanism, causing them not to love too much, trust too much, or expect too much, limiting the amount of love they can offer, due to the fear of being vulnerable. Loose lips sink ships. An urban saying that emphasizes the importance of staying tight-lipped. Someone who communes recklessly will undoubtedly be humbled by life or scrutinized by others. A wife wouldn't want her husband to discuss their bedroom activities. Likewise, a father wouldn't want his children discussing the 30 green smelly plants in the attic. Be mindful of the things you tell friends. Every friend has the possibility to become an enemy. Things you once told them in confidence can be used against you when their mood changes. Live within your means. Luxury items are fine, but not having them is also fine. Ensure that your basic needs are met first, before indulging in luxury items. When purchasing items, choose the best quality. Quality purchases can withstand the test of time. Look at leather. Be mindful that not everyone deserves access to you. If you let everyone inside your house, you won't know who to blame when something goes missing. But if there was only one person who entered, the suspect would be easily found. The same is true with communicating. If too many people knows your story, it would be difficult to pinpoint the one gossiping to enemies. Limits are healthy in certain areas but unhealthy in others. Potential, for example, shouldn't be limited but exercised. After realizing our talents, it is our right to exercise them, allowing them to grow and open doors for us. A good student is never arrogant. The worst thing one can say is that they know everything. No one knows everything. Everyone is good at something, and anyone can teach you something. But by assuming we know everything, we block opportunities of learning new information, ultimately limiting ourselves to the amount of knowledge we possess. Self-limiting beliefs can cripple careers, hurt relationships, and promote timidness, ultimately preparing ourselves to fail. How can you be the employee of the month but fear a big workload? Why would someone love you if you don't love them? How can you talk to that girl if you tell yourself you can't? Our actions reflect our mind. If we think we can't, we won't. But when we know we can, we will. Morals and values are taught at home. Unknowingly, self-limiting beliefs are sometimes also instilled, creating a blur between what is possible and impossible. Children from religious backgrounds, for example, are more prone to experience bullying, not because they are weak, But, because the morals that they have been taught at home usually proves itself ineffective with bullies, religious teachings strongly believe in ignoring the offender, turn the other cheek, they would say. An act which bullies perceive as weakness and will try to exploit. Most bullied children are left open and vulnerable due to their moral compass. Regret sometimes finds those who were abused, and they would sometimes think, what if? What if I stood up for myself? Majority of those who have been bullied in their youth would jump at a chance to relive their teens, just to correct wrongdoings. Many fell victim to analysis paralysis, overanalyzing and overthinking the situation at hand, causing all further action to halt.